Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Q&A Tuesday. I'm Jordan with the online fat loss coaching team here answering your questions of the week. We want to make sure we keep these videos short so you don't have to pay attention too long. We don't want to make it boring either. We are making this video because we feel it's really important. You guys ask some good questions and we want to make sure that they get heard, and some of them we need to give really good answers for and explain in depth. So we wanted to answer them on this format so that everyone else gets to benefit from the good questions. But send me more questions throughout the week. I'll try and answer them via email. If I think they're really good, then I'll put them in this Q&A Tuesday. So the first question of the week, the question that we get quite often, comes from Brad, and he says, is there actually an anabolic window? Is the anabolic window legit? This is a really good one. It's a really common one. If you don't know what the anabolic window is, it's basically a term for the time post-session. So usually there's a kind of a myth out there that you've only got half an hour or an hour called the anabolic window after you finish your session to get all your gains. So basically you have to take in your protein shake, as much food as possible, as much protein as possible in that half an hour to an hour, otherwise you'll lose all your gains. And that's just the layman broscience version. But there is some truth to it, and there's also a lot of not truth to it. All right, and that's what we want to go through right now. So essentially, when you train, your body is depleted of fuel. You need to replenish your glycogen stores. You need to replenish and put enough food in there so that your body can recover. You've got enough energy back, and the muscles that you just worked out and strained and stressed, you can get adequate fuel into them so they can repair and grow properly. All right. So logically, this anabolic window exists. Yeah. But the big argument around it is, how long is the anabolic window? Is it half an hour? Is it an hour? Or is it more? And basically, the short answer is no. There is no short half hour to 1 hour anabolic window. Yeah. But technically, if you're not providing any fuel into your body within the first 2 to 4 to 6 hours, then your body's going to struggle. Obviously, you're going to be lacking energy. You're going to struggle to recover. You're not going to have enough nutrients in your body to help you get up and about for the next training session. Yeah. So in that sense, the half hour to an hour window, technically no. Not enough evidence to suggest it. But the anabolic window does exist in that within 2, 4, 5, 6 hours, you need to be having some sort of fuel. All right. The long answer involves a few things. So essentially, the evidence shows that yes, taking in a high protein, high carbohydrate mix of a meal post-workout has its benefits. You can completely replenish your glycogen stores if you take it in straight away. But is this needed? Yeah, it's a benefit to replenish your glycogen stores and get them up and about. But if you do it within 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours, you're still going to replenish your glycogen stores, maybe not as much as if you did it in the first half an hour, but you only need to completely 100% replenish them if you were, training for an Ironman or something where you're training 2 to 3 times a day and you need, 100% stores for the next training session. If you're just going about your daily life, you don't need that much replenishment straight away. So that's where the evidence kind of supports that window. But there's also direct evidence showing that against that there's not that much benefit. So essentially, there's evidence both ways, which basically means, I'm just looking at the studies here as well that I had up, that we can't really definitively say whether the anabolic window exists or not. So my personal conclusion is that, yeah, there's evidence both ways. There's definitely not enough compelling evidence that the anabolic window completely exists, but it does have its benefits. So if it's convenient for you, if you can have the time to do it, a mix of both adequate high protein pre-workout and post-workout meal or drink or fluid will have its benefits for you. Will help you, repair your muscles and grow your muscles adequately. So if it's convenient, if it's easy, if you want to do it pre and post-workout, go for it. It can only provide some benefit. If it's not that convenient, if you don't like eating straight after a meal, you're not going to be losing anything. Okay, so hopefully that answers the question. With all these fitness questions, there's always both sides to the argument. There's never one clear answer, but evidence-wise, there's no half-hour window. Yep. But there are benefits to having pre and post workout meals, within a 3 to 4 hour period of your training bout. Okay, so hopefully that answers the question. Next question comes from Michael. What is the best exercise to do for fat loss? Another really common question. That's why I put it in here. Really classic question. What exercise is just going to, give me the magic bullet, give me the magic pill, and just get all the fat off? The simple answer is the best exercise is the one you enjoy doing the most, which means you'll do it the most consistently. Okay, now I know you wanted a different answer to that, and everyone wants the magic pill that's going to make them better, but there is no answer for that. No one exercise is way better. In terms of efficiency, something like the burpee is probably the high, a really high intensity exercise that burns the most calories. So in that sense, if you're trying to lose fat, you're trying to meet a calorie deficit, burpees are really effective. But they can get really repetitive and boring. So if you don't enjoy them, you're not going to be doing them consistently enough for them to be the most effective. All right, does that make sense? So the most effective exercises are the ones you need to pick that you're going to enjoy doing and you're going to do consistently. If you're doing them at least 4 to 5 times a week, then they're the most effective ways to lose fat, because you're going to do them consistently, you're going to get results. All right, again, not the answer you might be looking for, but that is as simple as it is. All right, I've already been speaking for far too long, so I'm just going to flash just through some other questions that I've picked out. Phil says, should I be taking protein shakes? If you're not getting enough protein from food and it's convenient for you and you find it more convenient time-wise, then yes, have them. Feel free to go. If you don't need them, you don't need them. Matt, do I need to take creatine or any other supplements? If your goal is just fat loss, you probably don't need creatine. Okay, Patrick, what's better, weights or cardio? A combination of both. Scott, should I eat the egg yolk or not? I like this question because it's good to talk about fat. In most cases, absolutely. Yeah, eat the egg yolk. Yep. And my favorite email that I picked out came from a lovely gentleman which said, why am I getting these emails? You get these emails because you either applied for our program at one point or another, you've done our program before, or you're currently doing our program. Okay, and if you don't remember applying for our program, then lucky surprise for you, you get to watch this video and get this awesome information. Yeah, now we help guys all around Australia, transform not just their bodies, but also their lives, and creating new habits and effective ways to do that make it really easy. So speaking of, tomorrow night we've got our webinar Wednesday where we're going through, taking you through the exact process and steps you need to do to lose your gut. And a lot of guys, just want to know how to get rid of the gut, because the rest of the body's not too bad. It's just everything seems to go there. Yeah, so stripping that fat around there, losing that fat around there, we're going to take you through the exact step-by-step process. So register via the link in the email. You register now. We can only fill out the first 100 spots, so make sure you get in early. If you register now, you'll get an email reminder tomorrow about it. Jump on, it'll be a lot of fun. We're going through a lot more stuff in depth, laying out the exact food you should be eating, exact type of training you should be doing, the most effective stuff you can do, giving you a lot of options so you can choose the ones you want. And obviously just giving you the right little tips and tricks to make sure that you can actually do it, and do it a lot easier than the normal process. Yeah, jump on that webinar Wednesday tomorrow night. If you've got any questions, email them in. This is a long video. If you're still watching, good on ya. Send in your questions. Happy to answer them, and we'll talk to you guys real soon. Cheers, guys.